Good morning, everybody. I'm trying to set this thing up. Give me a second. Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me all right? Please comment if you can hear me. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're all doing absolutely great. Let's see what the cards have to say to the beautiful Pisces collective this morning. Universe, please bring in the most relevant and important messages for the beautiful Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Please, Universe, bring in the most accurate predictions, most powerful confirmations, and the best advice. Hello, everybody. It's so nice to see your messages. Hey, Laura. All right, let's see. Let's see. Look at that. Main energy here, the Four of Wands. This is absolutely beautiful. So the Four of Wands talks about stability, groundedness, you know, a future that is not only incredibly happy, but sustainable and in the long term, you know? Having everything that you said at some point of your life that you wanted, you know, all the maybe bucket list items, all the things that were very exciting to you at one time, you can have that now. But not only can you have that, but it's sustained by something that can allow you to keep living those things over and over because you have a job or because you have a home or because you have, you know, savings. I don't know, something adult, something very responsible, something that maybe isn't as fun is now sustaining your life, or will be very soon sustaining your life, so that you can do all the really cool random shit you want to do. Okay? All the fun things that don't necessarily have any other purpose than fun, you know? It's all coming from the work that you have done, from the efforts that you have put in into being responsible, into doing things right, into keeping track of things, good habits, etc., etc. And with that, you are now opening up to all the magical possibilities. In the challenge position, we've got the Emperor. So some of you may be having issues with an Aries person, perhaps, or someone who is who has some kind of authority. But honestly, intuitively what I get from this card in the challenge position is actually like finding a balance between your selfless desires and your selfish desires, if that makes sense. Let's see. Guys, if you can, please go ahead and like this video so that it appears in all the Pisces home feeds. I receive a lot of messages like, oh, I didn't know you went live, like, I didn't see it. And if you guys like it and there's activity, YouTube starts to push the video onto more and more, like, subscribers, so it helps. Oh, you can hear me all right? Well, give me a second. Let me see what I can do. Is that better? The window was open and the ocean sounds are a little bit loud, so please let me know if that's better. All right, so birds and dogs most likely. All right, so continuing with the reading, I see here that in your mind space, there is a lot of space to process. It's almost what I'm getting, like maybe this upcoming week, you're gonna be having maybe some time, some space for you to really dive into your emotions and face something, is what I'm hearing. Face something that you've had to sort of resist for a while. All right. And what I'm getting is that some of you are actually needing to face unhealthy attachment to a past version of yourself. So some of you are consciously or unconsciously very, very focused on who you were in the past, the good old days, the version of you who you consider to be more fun, or to be healthier, or to be more exciting, more interesting. There's almost like an unhealthy attachment to that version of you, and trying to relive or bring back from the dead sort of that part of who you are. And there is a moment right now that is going to open up for you in which you're going to realize that who you are right now not only is quote unquote better than that version that you were, it is also more satisfying. It is a type of life, a version that can help you be happier. It's almost like a memory, putting a memory of who you were before in kind of like a pedestal. And now realizing that who you are now simply is better for you than trying to relive that phase of your life which has ended for a reason. Some of you may be receiving a very beautiful, very powerful offer of love in the near future. Could be from a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy possibly. Someone who knows how to pull on your heartstrings, someone who very easily disarms you. It's like, you know that we have certain people in our life that we're just a little bit weak in the knees for, you know, whatever they say, a smile here or there, just like destabilizes us a little bit. People just have that influence, not everybody. Difficult to say no to. So that could be like an ex, or someone you've had a crush on, or someone who just, I don't know, it's like they have some kind of like power over you because you gave them that power. Now that person is coming in the near future, coming here with an offer of renewal, of healing, of opening a new chapter. Okay, this could be someone who you ended things with very poorly, and now they want this to kind of like blossom again, just like this lotus flower. Could be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or someone with water on their chart. You've been patient. You've been minding your own business, Pisces. You've been doing your own thing, it seems. And at times, you've had to deal with a lot of emotion, a lot of depression. Focusing on all the things that are gone. Focusing on all the things that you are no longer. And that grief is what needs to be faced and needs to be processed here, okay? You are not that person anymore. You are better. You are the updated version of that person. It's like you have that person, that version inside of you, plus years and years and years of knowledge and wisdom and experiences and memories and freedom. Holding on to the past is not going to make it stay. The past exists in your memory right now. That version of you exists in your memory. There's no point in trying to, if you're moving forward, trying with all of your strength to do a U-turn, like when driving, a U-turn to go back. What would the point of that be? You are pretty much encouraged here to value who you are and realize that, you know, in the past, maybe you dreamt about being where you are right now. But in the right now, you are dreaming about being where you were. It's like a lack of alignment. Daron, thank you so much for that donation. I really appreciate it. Aww. Same. I'm super happy to meet you too. All of you. So yeah, this is something that I'm getting you're gonna have to face very soon, if you want to, of course. And that it will really liberate you to be able to exist in the present moment. Because for a while you haven't, not fully. For a while, it's been kind of like a trial and error of guilt and, you know, saying, why did I leave this behind? Why did I stop doing that? Why am I no longer like that? You know, and what Spirit is telling you is that you are so much better now. Put yourself in the shoes of that version of you and think of how some things that you have now you would have dreamt of back then. Maybe you're longing for your teenage years or your 20s, and maybe you were broke as fuck or something. And now you're older and wiser. Maybe now you're more stable. Maybe now you're financially free. So it's a matter of being in the present and realizing all the beautiful things that you're not honoring, but that you should. That you're not recognizing or valuing as much. So, you know, you can really go deep and ask yourself, what is it exactly about that past version of me that I want to bring forth? Is it a hobby? Is it a hair color? Is it a friendship? Is it a place you used to live? What is it exactly that you want to rescue from that version? Try to pinpoint that and try to, you know, really analyze, like, why am I not doing that right now? Why is it so hard? Could it be that I don't want to? Not really. Could it be that maybe you associated a certain activity with, you know, let's say that you were an artist and you thought that's all you were, and now you're not painting and you feel like you don't exist or something like that because that association is so strong. But why aren't you painting? So it's a matter of really like going deep inside here, and I feel like this full moon is the perfect umbrella to sort of like deal with this, because what you have now and what is coming in the future is just better. Okay, the thing is, some of you, you know, through the years you've gotten, you know, a little bit beat up by life. It happens to all of us. We have certain traumas, we have certain experiences, and we feel maybe tired, and we feel maybe depressed and uncomfortable, and we feel like there, in those times, the good old days, there were no worries in the world. But that's not true. That is not true. We had different responsibilities. We had different grievances, different concerns. different issues, and different fears. And so some of you think that who you are now is a beat up version of who you used to be. But it's actually an improved version. You're way more confident. You're way wiser. And you know the value behind things that you just didn't before. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. It's like you want to grieve this part of you. You want to put it in the past, honor that version of you for what it was, and be now who you are now. But there's an unhealthy attachment here. Let's use that same example of painting. Let's say that you've always thought your only reason to be on earth was to paint. And then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, you are not painting. And there's this sense of being lost. But it's not about the painting. You know what I mean? The actual painting is the symptom of the sense of purpose inside, if that makes sense. Well-being, out of your happiness, you know, everything blooms, all the inspiration comes through. The desire to do things, to live things, to travel, to maybe do and be what you resonated with when you were that person, that version of you. So some of you have to actually work on grief. Yeah, that's what it is, grief. Sensitivity. Archangel Haniel says, you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. And you know, this is actually very beneficial about this, you know, feeling this way about this subject, because sometimes we have this undercurrent and all of these things are happening like under the surface. But when we're very sensitive, we get to pick those up. And we get to say, hey, you know what? I've been feeling this way for a while, actually. Or like, listening to this reading, you may be like, oh my God, yes. Like, actually, now that you mention it. And that's because you're sensitive. At other moments, when we're not as sensitive, these sensations, these memories, these longings, they're not like strong enough for us to notice sometimes. So it's great that right now there's a lot of sensitivity. And there is, you know, a sense of justice here as well. How unfair, just saying, how unfair is it to your current self to be so diminished and dishonored and compared to a past version of you? How sad it is for who you are right now, the one that has survived everything, the one that has learned so much, the one that has improved in all ways. How sad is it that this treasure that you are right now, you compare so vainly to that past teenage self or past. It's not almost, it is a dishonor to who you are right now. It's a betrayal to yourself and who you are right now to long for something that was so limited in comparison to where you're at this time. Our ego makes it think that, you know, certain situations are keys of or representations of what success means. Oh, I was younger, you know. Oh, I was skinnier. Ooh, I was more successful. Ooh, I had a better salary, whatever. Ooh, whatever. Oh, I don't know, anything. And because of how our brain associates these things, we just sort of like assume that that version of us was better. And it's time to bring justice and honor to who we are now, who should be the star of the show. Because who we are now is the latest version of the software, the best one. Okay? So I suggest in this full moon, it would be wonderful for you guys to release that unhealthy attachment. How about that? Release everything that is not you anymore, but take from the past what you wish to take with you into the present and the future. So zoom in on it. What is it that you miss? As I mentioned again, is it a habit? Is it an activity? Is it a friend? Is it a place? You know what I mean? So once you pinpoint what it is that you want to extract from the past and bring to the present, then you can just honor that version of you that was, think that version of you that was, and release. Just release. And now start to actually make yourself really proud by honoring your choices in the present moment, by honoring your body, by honoring your habits. It's time. It's like that tower has crumbled a long time ago, and you're still somehow holding it together. And you're tired. There's a lot of energy that has been put in daily, subconsciously, to try to hold this together. So yes, my loves, this is what I have for you in this particular reading. Use tonight, tonight's full moon. I think it was tonight, last night, I don't know. But the energy still is available, so use it. It's time to bring justice to who you are now. Okay? I love you guys. I love you so much. I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Know that I have spots for the manifestation sessions available. You can click in the description box once I set it up and find them. Also in the community tab, you can find them as well. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.